Good evening and welcome to some more Link to the Past Randomizer 2024 main tournament action. Tonight we have a very important race between JamesFnX and VeXtopher. This will go a long way to determining the last bracket player for Group AD. We'll see what happens. My name is Tracy M. With me today is Incoherent. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good. Happy Friday night, everybody.
But yeah, to be a little more specific, so if VeXtopher wins this match, he will grab the second spot in Group AD, and we'll make brackets. If James wins this match, he will force a tiebreaker to be played later. Jewel Ninja having gone 6-0 in the group and is already waiting on brackets. So congratulations, Jewel Ninja. We'll see what happens here today. We are playing Cross Hunt, which is my favorite of the three modes. What do you think about Cross Hunt?
I mean, I'm a Krosky sicko, so Cross Hunt's definitely my favorite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, play a lot of cross keys myself. Yeah, the Cross Hunt it's kind of a unique version of cross keys. Sometimes you actually get to decide some of the things you get to do, and sometimes it kind of gives you the illusion of choice. And here we are starting up. Oh, nice early sword for Vex.
Yeah, you can do a lot of stuff with the early sword. You can check prize packs and tree pulls a lot more easily.
All right, so I don't think James uses the bunny sprite, so I think this is gonna be no. Okay, no, James uses the bunny sprite. Never mind.
Is this even entrance randomized?
All right, now we're in sync. Looks like Vex going for the hula hand start. Yeah, grab that bomb.
Yeah, this is the sword coming to play. You can't actually kill that without some sort of weapon.
Yeah, and that bomb drop is really nice because now if this or is something you want to bomb, it isn't. You have the bomb to do it, and if the well decides to be your drop down, you'll get a bomb. You'll have the bomb for that, which is really annoying when you don't have the bomb for that.
Yeah, it sucks to leave that one check behind.
Mimic Cave can't do anything with, and it's just Uncle. Not really where you like to find Uncle. Since you'd like to find this a spot where you wouldn't be able to do it otherwise, preferably at the lumberjack. But we do get 20 rupees. Another bomb drop and 20 rupees. So not a whole lot over here.
But you get the initial money and can use that to guarantee bottle vendor, guarantee a bomb pack
Yep.
from a shop if you want one.
Yep. Meanwhile, James has found the back of Skull Woods. Is going to get the item here. Of note, the Skull Woods pinball key is in the pool. It's not guaranteed, so that this doesn't need to have a Moon Pearl to be in Logic to do later. Of course, James having not picked up that sword yet, also having no fire rod, can't do this. But and would need 3 keys logically, but. In regular cross keys, because of that pinball key, it is actually logically locked behind the Moon Pearl. Oh, nice tree pull for Vex.
James did get just enough for a bomb pack from the shop, so won't be bombless.
It's the kid without a bottom.
We just haven't really found anything in CAC so far.
No, we found Mimic Cave and Sick Kid right outside, and we can't do either of those yet. Ooh, Spec Rock Cave in the castle. And it's the side we can get the item from, even. It's just a compass, though.
Yeah, good exit path.
I don't think he meant to grab that, but here we are, we have it.
I mean, that actually can do something, theoretically. You might want to hook across at some point.
Oh, I see, yeah. The well on James's side with money and a mirror. Okay, finally we found something. And a sword. Okay. So we're going to be on Master Sword pretty early for these guys.
The Moldworms are in the heart pack, which is helping Vex, who is down to 1.
Yeah, I do like following this right now. It's the end of his path anyway. Yeah, you can't do Hera without shenanigans. You can't just bunny revive. You have to be able to have some sort of mirror into it plus sword beams to hit the switches. It's very complicated. You're just not doing it right now. But what's more interesting is combined. That's actually East Death Mountain axis.
And there's the Hera Big.
Oh boy. Combined, that's Hera in logic. A little bit better for James because by the time he gets over there, he is going to be able to just do it. On the other hand, Vex knows it's there. Actually, no, we need the Moon Pearl. He was in the Dark World for it, and we still would have to do some funky action to actually bunny revive.
That is a small key on the Lumberjack.
That is probably the worst thing to see there because, I mean, it could be a Mire 3, in which case, who cares? Or it could be Swamp, which is very required if you have to beat that dungeon. Now, it isn't regular cross keys, so hopefully we can choose just not to pick up that small key.
Yeah, the odds of it being required are not particularly high. It's basically just, is it the Swamp Small? But it's something to worry about.
Oh, for sure. Like, it would have to, I think to make it require, it would almost have to be the Swamp Small with Swamp blocking a bunch of things, and that's a nice hook shot for Vex. In Paradox Cave. That's an illogical Moon Pearl. So there's some shields or some safety items available.
This is accelerating fairly quickly already.
And a bow! Jeez. And of note, those are the two chests that even if you're not good at laser skips, you can kind of cheat them by using iframes to get the actual good items in there, so no one's going to be missing those.
Vex is going to do that pretty fast.
Oh, yeah.
Unless he gets distracted by Paradox Cave, which is what's happening.
And we have silver 6.5 minutes into the game, or James does anyway. Back at desert, we can't do anything with that without a big key. And a fire source.
And Front of Thieves, which is a little more helpful.
Okay, that's 3 swords. We're not even 7 minutes in. Where are these seeds for me?
Yeah, we have 3 swords, silvers, Moon Pearl, and mirror already.
I know, right? And apparently 2 paths over to Dark Shopping Mall, so...
Yeah, Vex has gone connector diving a little bit and has gotten to the same place twice without a mirror. Like, yes, your Sank Start is right there, but having to save warp every time is kind of annoying.
Absolutely. Okay, we found the west entrance to Turtle Rock, which looks like he's gonna go for it. I don't think I'd be doing this without at least a better sword or a fire rod, something to kill the Pokey with. Fighter sword Pokey is not just difficult, it's slow.
It's not as bad as you think, because the segments take, like, 1 hit each, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is a little dangerous, because Vex is on... Actually, no, his blue mail, so 2-hit KO. And Vex doesn't know there's 2 more swords available in Kakariko.
I know, right? This is all true. And since we haven't gotten any other Turtle Rock small keys, we do have to get that key if we want to do this. Now, of course, this is 4 key locked, so it's just being arrows, not a surprise.
And James has found the old man rescue. I heard the little drop down, and certainly like
Nice.
the path is the old man rescue.
So that's mountain access.
I mean, we had both sides already with mirror and hookshot, just neither player has all the pieces.
I know. The amount of things that are available this early to our runners is pretty incredible. Alright, the West Turtle Rock items, not very interesting. Vex just going back in to grab some bombs. Blind sight on the mountain. So these checks are actually in logic because between our runners we have access to East Death Mountain through that one connector. The Spec Rock Cave connector. And that's the small key to Swamp, so that's not going to be behind Agawan. That's good news. And the hook shot, which would get them over to all these checks, except the actual Old Man Rescue item itself, since that does logically require the lamp.
And both Thieves' Town keys are also in this cave. Now, I could see putting that off until you find the hammer, just so you don't leave something there.
Yeah, I could too. Especially if you've already been in it for the first 4.
Yeah, both of them will have done first 4, so that's 2 in logic checks and a Triforce piece you can get at any time, so...
And it's close to a start point. All good reasons to not do it right away. And pod also available, and with that bow, we can do a lot of things, even though we don't have any small keys.
I mean, it's just 3 checks, but they're the 3 checks you want to just get out of the way.
Mm-hmm. Going for the Death Warp out of Thieves' Town is VeXtopher. Oh, Spiral Cave.
More
Fun.
connectors.
Yeah, yay. One-way connectors, which are really annoying.
Just gonna go back to Sank again for the 4th time or something already.
And we end up in South Dark World, which has things we could do. Okay, he's just gonna save and quit.
Yeah, that's a long bunny walk, and Vex doesn't have the mirror, unfortunately.
Yeah, and it turns out, I mean, he'll feel especially bad when he finds out where the Moon Pearl is if he decides to do that right now. This is much better. We find GT. GT with basically nothing. Oh, yay, a book. We actually can get to both of the tablets.
But then you have to walk all the way back up, but I'm not sure the name's going to want to do that right now. Especially with this here.
Yeah, I'm not sure I would do it right now either.
Oh, he didn't check this one. This is normal stuff.
Yeah, with the mirror, I like to leave this, so I'm
Okay.
also doing the dark stuff. And yeah, that's nice. Two desert entrances right near each other.
Yeah, because the problem with this entrance in Light World is that there's a bunch of crap there.
Yep.
Dead rocks,
Yep.
cabbages, all this sort of stuff. So you're just
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm gonna skip this and come back to it from the Dark World where I can just drop on top of it.
Yep.
But he is going back for the tablet.
I mean, it is an item. Doesn't have to be a good item, of course. Vex, yeah, that map sitting there, yeah. If this were like regular cross keys, I would definitely go grab that map. But when it's with cross hunt, maps just aren't quite as valuable as they otherwise would be. I mean, you kind of want to know what your green pendant is. You kind of want to know what your red crystals are, and potentially want to know what your all three of your pendants are, just in case Ped has something. But it's not the like, it's always useful to clear a dungeon. There's never going to be a situation where you say, oh, here's a dungeon I can full clear. Let's not do it. Misery Mire small key for James. Not particularly useful. Especially
It's the
since
key
it's
you want
second
one
one.
of. Yeah, it's Mar
Yeah.
2, so it's not really
It's
helpful.
Mire too. And it takes 3 to have even logical implications, so 2 is not very interesting.
Oh, we just didn't do any of the Light World Mountain. That's what's happening here.
Oh, he did Dark World Mountain first. Okay. It's now going to do the rest of desert. We'll find out where the other side, the other exit of this goes. Vex about to get the Tempered Sword. I believe that was where the other sword was here.
And the mirror, I think.
That sounds right. Turtle Rock small key for James. You'd want at least one of those to beat the dungeon. To answer chat, there are 12 Triforce pieces. Every dungeon boss has a Triforce piece as its prize. And then there's 2 in GT. One at the last chest behind Moldworm 2, and one at the Big Key, Vanilla Big Key location behind the Ice Armos. Has James just not started at Link's house yet?
I don't think so. I mean, you found a lot of stuff in CAC that you just sort of
Yeah, that's
went
true.
through.
We have Saha here. Of note, Pod is our green pendant.
Yeah, we saw this earlier.
Okay, Hyrule Castle entrance for James.
But this is a portal route, so James is going to go back to the portal and then come back to Hyrule Castle later.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I think Desert left was the Bomb Shop house, I think. And with Pearl and Mirror, James will show us the rest of South Dark World, probably.
Yeah, that's a good play for him. I
Don't know
miss
where
where
your portal
Vex
line
got a
is.
glove.
That is a good question. Because I got the impression that James did the most of CAC at this point, and Vex just going that direction. Might have been Paradox.
Yeah, it might have been Paradox.
That's one thing James hasn't done is South CAC.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to combine the South Light World with the South Dark World. Ether medallion for VeXtopher. That's has the potential to be required, but typically is not.
But you take it because you don't know whether you need it or not.
No, absolutely. I mean,
It
it's
also-
got some other uses too, in places where you know, especially if you're underpowered.
Yeah, TT Climb is a good time to use it if you're under-equipped. I want to point out that James did not do the Bombos tablet.
Yeah, now would be a decent time to do it. I could route it in later with additional checks in the southwest area. Cave Samaria and Super Bunny Cave. Definitely something you want to grab.
Another thing that James saw and then just didn't take because he wants to finish the portal route.
And you are gonna have to do Super Bunny from the front. Because we did get spit out at the bottom of what would normally be the entrance to Laser Bridge at Turtle Rock. Hate for James.
So that's Pearl Logic? Yeah, because
Yeah,
you can mirror
yeah.
this. Yeah, we've seen 2 ways it's out Dark World, but you can just walk to this and mirror. This is sort of one of those seats where there's a lot open already, and so we're going to be running around for a while just picking up the things we can pick up.
Yeah, we didn't get a scout of the race game from James, so he's checking it. Gonna grab a bush so he doesn't go into the mirror. And we find a connector. Yeah, I'm sure he's happy about that.
I think you take this.
I mean, when you coming back to it? Yeah, I think
Oh,
I
he's
would
doing
take
a
it
new
too.
big game and then didn't take it, I guess.
Okay. Because the rest of the Light World stuff you can get back to pretty easily.
Yeah, all this is just Light Roll South CAC. You can get back to this easy. Vex is going for Hera, I think.
Totally makes sense. It's a Triforce piece. We can do everything but the basement. And what is the air basement ever hurt anybody?
Never, not once.
I always call it my least favorite small key in Cross Keys because it's just one big fetch quest that you don't ever want to have to come back to. Okay, there's the glove. In C-shaped house. Where was this? This was okay, South Cac. Yep.
Yeah.
So right before Paradox Cave. Okay, this is. I think that's Vex wanting to check this one spot right before going into Paradox Cave. So that he doesn't leave it behind so that when he checks the connectors, if he gets spit out, can't go back in.
I was wondering if this is going to be, I'm going to leave this and come back, but no, we're going in. At least for the items.
Yeah, I mean, I could see not doing the connectors.
Because that race game is annoying to get back to. You don't necessarily want to do it. I guess if you could go through Spiral again. That might be the plan, actually. Just go through Spiral, because I think he saw the top end of it.
Oh, yeah, that would
You
work.
just do that into the race game connector.
All right, Vex for first on the board with the Triforce piece out of Tower of Hera.
I always kind of hate these seeds a little bit, because it's like, there's just so much available, and I could leave something very important for a very long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the seeds where your tracker just decides to like light up like a Christmas tree is not my favorite. And James is gonna find everything over here at Dark Shopping Mall.
The one we don't have yet, I don't think, is North Dark World. Because we've seen a couple ways to get to South Dark World, but not a way to cross.
Yeah, not north. Have we gotten to west either?
We haven't gotten out of South, basically.
Okay, that's what I thought. And James is gonna steal the small key, which is especially. I mean, I guess you could save scum it later.
Those desert entrances are not terribly convenient unless you get a flute.
Yeah, not convenient at all. It's one of those things where if it were a pendant in a cross keys, it's a little bit more viable. I mean, you can grab it and just never use it too. So, but when it's blocking a Triforce piece that you can just get when the time comes, you don't want to be in a situation where you're desert small key for go mode. And of course, with this mirror, James can go ahead and check the other exit and potentially get back in.
We have a lot of connectors available, so we might have North Dark World somewhere. We just haven't seen it yet.
All right,
or
James
we could be blind to just not see this one. Vex was here earlier. We also have not seen the old man connectors, though those are not in logic yet.
It's too bad the hammer didn't decide to show up in this Blind's hut. That would have been pretty amazing.
I mean, if the hammer shows up, you just go to Thieves Town immediately.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you do Thieves Town either when the hammer shows up or when you're otherwise in go mode. There's really no rush to go back to it right now. Hey, James gets his Link's House sorted 26.5 minutes.
Love that for him.
And Vex with a small key and pod can do a few more checks if he likes. We not even going to be doing the both side checks. I mean, I would spend the small key and do the both side checks. But I'm surprised he's not like the both side checks are just.
I wonder if he's going back.
Yeah, maybe.
Like maybe this is check the rest of the stuff on here and see if you get more smalls.
You get a second small opens up a bunch of stuff, not in logic, but you do it anyway. I guess if you get the big key and hammer, you can maybe go get your Triforce piece, but that's a tall order. And we know that's not gonna. I don't think we saw any more pod smalls here either.
Yeah, but Dark Turtles also.
That's true. I don't think I'd want to do Dark Turtles on 5 hearts. Oh, apparently we do have we have the pod big key. We need the hammer. Thank you, Drosy, one of our trackers. Other tracker is Keaton. Thank you to both of you. Oh, that's convenient. An empty bottle in a fairy cave. Eastern and Desert are our 5/6s. Looks like we saw that on the other side. Unfortunately, both our runners have routed this such that they went over to Hera there before they got their books. to easily route that Bombos tablet in.
I mean, James could have done it. Oh
Oh,
my!
okay. Well, there's a hammer. Now you
But
really
now,
wish you. Now
but
you
you spent the
wish you.
key to get there, and there's
You
no way
spent the.
around it.
Yeah, Yeah, there's no way to break the hammer to go the bow side to get around that way. So, yeah, you're not able to go clear this dungeon again. We don't have fire, as you said. So,
And that's big for Vex because that's portal access.
yeah, imagine less than 30 minutes and you have regular Dark World access. That doesn't happen. That opens up all the Dark World. Like we now have access to
Yep.
all of it in different directions. And apparently we found Myers 3, so
And James hit the bomb jump, so is now on top of Hyrule Castle. We now know we can get here in logic, but not this way.
no big key to Turtle Rock and no logical way across there. You can bomb jump that. Without the big key, there's no reason to.
Well, James hasn't done the Pokey and the Lava Chests and the Chain Chomps, but we've seen the other side.
Yeah.
These mini Moldarms in this cave are not playing nice today.
No, not at all. Oh, this is interesting. Vex is finding GT with a hammer and a hook shot. And 2 small keys, so he can do the entire left side here.
You know, Big Key is a little bit of a downside, but I think there's too many checks here to leave.
Agreed. And he's got the cane, so he can do this one check. This one very slow, annoying check.
Look, everyone makes fun of Tower Room and, like, open, but in this mode you just do.
Oh,
There's
you just
too
do
much
it.
you need.
The only thing I would say is that maybe you do it after you do the left side, just in case the fire rod decides to show up, and you can go to the other 4 chests. But other than that, like you
Yeah,
just
but
totally
the
do this.
counterpart there is, what if this is GT big?
That's fair.
It is neither of those things, it turns out.
All right, James is gonna go ahead and do Hera now. Makes sense. Oh yay, a small key we might have to come back for on the torch.
Now you have to sort of wonder, when does James come back for One Key Pod?
When he has more than 1 key, probably. Which is really unfortunate.
Like, you might find your way to the mountain some other way through, like, the island connector or something, but are you going to want to go over there without, let's say, 3 small keys?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't want to. It's I don't know if it'd be my last location, but yeah, it's definitely not high on my priority list.
Especially with so much else open.
Mm-hmm. So it might be a while before James gets that hammer.
Yeah, we did get flippers in the Stalfos room, which are in logic.
Yeah, everything beyond this is not, because it needs actually I never thought about how many keys the previous chest to this one takes, but these are behind 4.
I think it's 3 for double firebar, if I'm not mistaken. Or not double firebar, fire snake. This
Yeah.
is 4, and then the middle is 3 again.
Yep.
occasionally you can look at a spoiler log from an entrance randomizer's heat and have it actually tell you to get the key from the middle, and then go back to rando room or compass room, which you had to pass through.
Yep. That would be the logical path. Nice use of the hook shot and the bomb to avoid the extra warp tile. And we'll bomb jump across this.
Oh,
Yeah. I think we can reset the room. We can yeah. Okay, we're good.
yeah, didn't time that properly. You can take it slow this time.
And always nice to have a silver arrow set for your ice armos in an entrance rando, and not have to do this with like your sword, your fighter sword or something silly like that. I'm sure chat would love to see the was it 48 boomerang fight?
Just
Not something
don't
I
do
want.
boomerang armos. There are a lot
That's
of things
very
in
good
this
advice.
that harm armos, and the boomerang is the worst of them.
Back of Old Man is just South Light World. Not sure if Vex has checked that yet. Actually, I'm not sure where the front is either. All right, here comes Bombos. Sorry, Ether Tablet. Okay, nothing there. Nothing a chess game.
Maybe
A lot of
you
nothing.
need to check that and not the other one. I know we haven't seen Bombo's tablet. We might have seen that one.
Oh, there's another Hyrule Castle entrance.
I think it's all three for James.
I know we saw West.
Because there was one on Lakeshore and there was one at Swamp Palace.
Oh, this hammer is giving VeXtopher access to Mini Moldorm Cave. This could be stuff.
Yeah, this Vex just went over the top on the mountain. You maybe can get here another way. We're not sure yet. And
There's that.
VT.
That's not what you want to see this early. Now, we can't climb yet because we don't have a fire source.
Which is, I guess, convenient, because then if you get a fire rod, you can just go and clear the rest of it.
Yeah.
Get the rare left drop here, because Vex has already seen the middle.
Small key to Castle Tower, which is not particularly I mean, there's that small key that's behind Aga 1, but we probably don't need that. We've seen a lot of our relevant small keys.
It's CT1, it gets you a check.
It gives you a check, yeah. Not a whole lot in the castle so far. Probably does Dark Cross here. Of course, not in logic without the lamp, but pretty easy dark room to navigate.
It's one that shouldn't be in logic with fire rod and non-entrance. Yes, I said what I said.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that logic either. You know, it's one thing when you have to light one torch in one room in like in the back of Eastern Palace, but this is a string of torches.
And the first one's in a really, really stupid spot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's easier just to learn it in the dark than it is to actually find the torch.
Yeah, yep. I agree. Actually, when I do this with a fire rod, I only torch the very last one, where the chest actually is.
Depends on how much magic you have. If you have enough magic to torch the snake room, then may as well.
That's fair. And it's just a small key to Skull Woods. The hammer's also going to give Vex back of escape when next time he saves and quits. Oh, are we gonna do? Looks like we're gonna go ahead and do Thieves Town for James.
I mean, yes, this is a Triforce piece you can get, but there's risk here.
Yeah, it's there's risk here, and like we said earlier, it's so close to start. You can just do it literally at any time.
There is also risk that the attic chest has literally the hammer.
Yeah. All that stuff's in logic with that small key available. Like the classic blind has your hammer. Because the small key's available,
but
yeah.
it can't be blind in this case. Also,
We know.
DSR, rating from a Challenge Cup race.
Nice.
We're playing Cross Hunt. We have everything available. We don't know where our progression is going to be. It's somewhere.
Well, it's not in the castle. We saw that on James's side. Vex with that hammer probably does, again, next time he saves and quits, I imagine he does back of escape and then goes and does Thieves Town now that he's got the hammer and can full clear this. So we'll know probably relatively soon whether James is missing anything important out of that big chest.
I mean, we have a lot of the big stuff already, so there are fewer things that can just immediately sink James.
And theoretically, given that we theoretically have choices on what to do, if it is something useful, like a specific big key, you can probably get a different big key.
Probably.
Yeah, we have seen some of these cross hunts where I call it the illusion of choice. I called a race a few days ago where you had to get the swamp small, or maybe it was the flippers. It was something to get into swamp for your go mode because like everything was in swamp to do the other things
Yeah,
that you
it really
theoretically had
like
available. So
Swamp
things
Palace.
can happen.
Yeah, like a Swamp Palace could have multiple items that then lock all the others. Like, a lot of that's off the table already. So, to finish the scene in this mode, you need to have... you can skip at least, at most one, sorry, of Hammer, Cane, and Hookshot, I think. Hookshot requires you to hover.
I mean, I imagine if you can, as long as you can get into Mire with boots, you could skip the Moldorm 2 chest and skip Swamp Palace. I think you'd be okay. But yeah, you'd then have to have all the other things. Okay, Bombo's tablet for VeXtopher. It's just a piece of heart.
This is the part where you leave a castle entrance and find the other castle entrance.
Yep. The sick kid had nothing for us. There's a dark cave of some sort there for VeXtopher.
Not sure which one that is. We've definitely seen another dark cave at Mini Moldrum. We'll find out very shortly which one it is.
Okay, a big key sitting on the desert ledge. I don't know if we saw that before from James. Definitely a reason to get over to the Mire area. If we end up with Mitts plus flute access.
We could also get connected there.
And yeah, if we get connected there, that's just easy. Just you would do it anyway. Hype cave from James. Did we see this already? Well, not a very hype cave. If we saw it, I can see why we forgot it. All right, back of escape for Vex. Big key to Misery Mire. There's a Triforce piece for you. When we find Mire.
I feel like that's the one thing we don't have that we would like to have is a fire source.
Yes. Alright, this will probably be Thieves Town for VeXtopher.
I imagine this is Thieves into the portal?
Yeah, we have a whole lot of Dark World available.
This. This is a choice.
This is one check.
Yep.
So, sure.
Easiest dark room in the game coming up. Just hold up.
In this direction, the easiest dark room in the game. Now, coming the other direction, if you know, like, as soon as you realize that you can just hold each of the next directions, this dark room becomes very easy to navigate. I remember being amazed.
The other direction's not as bad as you think if you know the strat to do it.
Yep.
Lights on.
But yeah, I remember being amazed watching people do that until I realized that you don't have to hit the direction button on the little node. Just hold it until you get there.
Ice Big, another one of those keys you'd like to have before you find the dungeon.
Yep. Alright, we have Mimic Cave as well. Pod Small. So that's a Pod Small behind the hammer. That's not good for James. It's one less Pod Small available to him before he goes and gets that hammer.
I'm sort of thinking that James is going to find like the island connector or something and go that way.
Yeah, that would be good. And that might put him in a position to just do it.
You're like, well, I'm here. I may as well do the 2 checks.
Yep.
Speaking of which, James is going to show us a connector we haven't seen the other side of, I think.
Spiral Cave, we've seen this.
Spiral Cave we've seen, but Race Game we didn't. There was a Fairy Ascension there.
Oh, okay.
You always feel kind of bad finding the bottom of Spiral and going, well, I've already been here. I don't want to go again. Never mind, he's leaving.
No, he's just leaving. Okay. Yeah, those one-way cave. Well, Spiral's the worst because, like, Super Bunny, at least there's the possibility that you can get to it from the other side. Spiral Cave, it's the one item, and you probably already saw the connector. So it's often, if it's useful as a connector, that's bad too because then you have to take it a bunch of times. So there's like nothing good about Spiral Cave.
Oh, James is going back to the mountain.
Oh, that's interesting. He might be running out of things to do. Maybe he is going to go back to Pod. Okay, Chassa asked him about Super Bunny Cave. I don't remember if it was south of Link. It was south of Link's house. Was it the Dark World or the Light World?
Light World hype, yeah.
That's Light World, okay. So yeah, very available.
Okay, James is going to get the hammer.
This is good.
We're also about to find out whether James has left something very important in Thieves Town.
Okay.
Maybe.
Flute is an interesting one. Flute is often not required at all in these.
Yeah, it remains to be seen. It sort of depends on whether we get a mire connector or not.
Yeah. And whether myths even show up.
Yeah, because in order for Flute to do anything in this mode, you either have to have it is your only mountain access, which is not true, or it has to be for mire access or big bomb.
Yes. So kind of a to be determined situation here. And the mire access, again, we don't have myths yet, so we don't even have that mire access yet. It is going to save Vex time for mobility, yes.
Especially getting to the pod area, you can just Flute to 5.
Alright, that's now 3 Triforce pieces for Vex.
And theoretically has a 4th available if you want to go back to pod with no fire source and 1 more key.
It's a little bit better, because now we have the Flute to get there easily, but I don't see doing that anytime soon.
Yeah, you don't go there now unless you were actually in go.
Yeah. Which without a fire source, you're not.
Yeah, you're not. Fire source locks 3 Triforce pieces, just straight up.
Desert, GT climb, and pod, yeah.
Skull, I was thinking the other one.
Oh, Skull, you're right. It does, yeah.
I guess TR as well, so that's 4.
Oh, we have Magic Bat. Yeah, pod is not hard locked by fire. You just like to have it. Same thing with Eastern. Small key to ice. Again, good for routing purposes. Less useful when you already have hammer and glove. I don't think we've seen Ice Palace, and even if we have, we can't do anything.
You don't mind Ice 1 for any reason, just because it makes your routing cleaner.
Yep. And we are going to turn that mushroom in. We haven't found the potion shop. But you've already done your powder, so...
Yeah, there's no reason to keep it if you have powder.
Nope. In entrance mode, I'm not a big fan of trying to sneak in the fake powder play unless you have the items for it at the right time. But in this situation, it's just not even an issue. And here's one of those uses for ether. Those Gibdos just pop. It's just really nice. Fun fact, the American version, and I guess probably everything beyond the Japanese 1.0, the Gibdos don't die to ether for some reason or another. There's another small key to Ice Palace. Well, these are new checks on James side. We have not seen the Skullwoods area yet.
Yeah, Vex has had portal access for, what, 20 minutes? And
yeah, has not checked it yet.
Gone through the CAC portal.
Now, I'll often delay these Skullwoods checks because I want a Fire Rod or a Skullwoods Big Key. But waiting for the Fire Rod would be a bad choice here. Because we just found it.
We'd be waiting a while.
But, Skullwoods, it's kind of a one or the other. Like, the Skullwoods Big Key would take me here because it's kind of a fetch quest for that big chest. But at some point, you just do it. And we found Misery Mire for VeXtopher, which means this is another Triforce piece you can get. But you can't do anything on the left side unless the lamp decides to show up here.
Yeah, this is at Dark Witches, which is not the best place to go, but also kind of not the worst.
I mean, he'll just do the 6 checks, including getting. I guess it's really only 5 checks because the Triforce piece is guaranteed. So 5 items plus a Triforce piece.
So the cane is in Super Bunny Cave, which is enterable only from Light World Hype. The exit is a must connect that you can't get into.
Oh, but we find boots. That's really nice. Oh, and Swamp Palace is the back of Skull. That's interesting. Now we can't do anything with that without the dam deciding to show up. James doesn't even have the flippers, so hey, pet check. And it's just rupees. And a shovel for VeXtopher. Oof.
Alright, does Vex do the thing in the dark room where you bonk against the railing?
We'll see.
I always forget it's a thing. Like, I saw that and went, that's really cool. I'll never remember to do it. This is interesting because normally what you do is you'll hookshot over to this chest, and he's just doing it. I mean, I wonder if Vex isn't actually going to do Vitreous. Also, as usual, forgetting you have boots that you just picked up.
Yeah, I've done that before.
Everyone has done this.
If you say you haven't, you're just lying, or you haven't played. No, he's gonna go ahead and do this. Okay. Maybe, maybe he was worried about his health. I mean, he's got powder, so he can grab the... No, he's got powder and silvers. There's really nothing to worry about health-wise, other than, okay, getting through the actual dark rooms. Yeah, having maximum health for that. That might be his plan. He's
And
only
no
got 8 hearts.
invulnerabilities, so
Sorry, 7 hearts. He's only got 7 hearts.
you have to tank a couple of hits in the
Mm-hmm.
with the spike.
Exactly.
But other than that, seems to be smooth sailing here.
I often think that maybe hitting the switch above, so you don't have to hit that switch in the dark, would be a good idea, and then I never remember to do that. And it's probably slow anyway. Meyer shed for James in the North Dark World, yielding a heart container. Like, the things that James is doing right now just goes so much faster when you have those boots. This check in particular, having to go walk all the way around like this instead of just bonking on the rocks. And he won't even be able to do King's Tomb.
Well, this is unfortunate.
Oh, in front of Turtle Rock without the cane for James. That's not good. Now, Vex might find it without the fire rod and miss 2 checks, but... That is Triforce piece number 4 for VeXtopher. And we're going to see some Catfish Zora action over here. Doesn't need the 300 rupees.
Yeah, I got plenty of money at this point.
Don't you wish you could do that? Just say, oh, $300. I don't need that.
Well, if I could calculate the total number of dollars I have to spend in my entire life, then maybe I could.
I know, right?
That's really the problem.
All right, small key on the Zora ledge that we're going to want to pick up.
Because the total of all things you have to buy in this game are 980, I want to say.
Something like that. I think it is less than 1,000. Nice sword 4 from Zora there for Vex.
We could have had that 30 minutes ago.
That's true. And another Skullwood small key. Yeah, James is just going to go ahead and do Skullwoods. This totally makes sense. It's a Triforce piece you can get. There's...
You got Tempered and Fire Rod. What's to wait for?
Yeah. You're not going to get anything out of this but the Triforce piece, but I mean, that's all you're expecting to get out of it. No reason to wait on it.
You just ask yourself the question, what am I waiting for here? And the answer is nothing.
Nothing. And Vex finds a dark room that turns out to be the back of the old man start cave. That's Triforce piece number 3 for James. Yeah, Vex continuing to avoid Village of Outcasts.
In terms of sort of entrance density, I think that going to North Dark World is probably good here.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He's gonna go back to the South Dark World. Not sure what he has left here that he didn't already do. Other than, well, I guess the Dark Link's house, Bonk Rocks.
Right. That Mire Big is important for James. Now,
Yep.
The question is, when does he get the cane?
Maybe right now?
Possibly?
Or not.
Nope.
I mean, he could... No, you wouldn't... For Super Bunny Cave, you wouldn't go into the Dark World first and mirror.
Unless he wants to pick up Bombos and come back to it. Or something like that.
Yeah, I could see it. Yeah.
I doubt very seriously to Mistmark. I think James just wants to find the other side of it.
Which, unfortunately, we know is not going to happen.
And eventually he'll figure that out, but not for a little while. People are very quick to assume it's a Mistmark, and it usually isn't. Might be converging here.
Yeah. I mean, this path Vex is on, he hasn't seen the top of Hyrule Castle, so that's where he's headed right now. I'm gonna get the pyramid item as well. And he could loop around to the north with the hook shot. Could also go into the pod area. We've got a few options here. That is a Quake medallion, I think. It was definitely a medallion.
Yeah,
We
that was
already
a
have...
Quake medallion.
Yep. Bombos would be more useful, potentially, if he found Ice Palace, but... I mean, you grab that just in case you need it. He'll grab it after he checks these 3.
Yeah, because this isn't a catfish route, because you already did it.
Right. I imagine he'll go to the pod area, but his other option would be to hookshot across the North Dark World. We haven't seen either entrance location that would need a medallion, so no idea if that Quake is going to be useful. Oh, this is a terrible time to find Spike Cave.
We got the juice for it. May as well.
Yeah. I just prefer to find Spike Cave at the end of my route.
I think this actually is the end of his route.
It might be. I don't know how much of the rest of the eastern area he's done, but he could get to that easily if he wants to. If he's missed any of it.
Okay, so Vex
Here's...
does not do Hype Cave, so
Nope.
he's gonna, is nothing.
Yep. He got a heart. Yeah, this is nothing. Interesting that we see Bumper Cave there for VeXtopher. James could have done that, but chose not to. Vex without the cape yet cannot do it. I think the only useful things we have left is Floating Island and Mire area. And of course, there has to be a connector to Floating Island. Does not have to be a connector to the Mire area.
There is a bumper ledge somewhere.
Oh, right. We haven't seen Bumper Ledge either.
There was a key on it, but it's a small key, so it's not going to be anything super important.
Let's see, what is the best small key we could find at this point? I guess either another pod key or a desert key would open up 2 items. We found all the other somewhat relevant small keys.
I think James is tired of waiting to go to GT and is now going to go.
Yeah, this will be good for him. There's a lot of good stuff here.
Would have been nice if he had gotten the cane before this and could have just done all 27 checks at once.
Yeah, he could have. Yeah, that's true. With the fire rod and the cane, he can do right side and climb. Now, he doesn't have the big... No, he does have the big key. Okay, because he's already been in that area. Yeah, because he took the hammer there.
So we'll get one check that VeXtopher might eventually get. But the real mystery of this heat is, does the flute play any role?
And we won't have that answer until we... Pretty much until we see the myths decide to show up.
It's going to be hard to tell without either hitting Go mode or getting Mire access, or at least seeing what's there.
Yep. Vex just got a fairy, so this is fine. It's a great use of a fairy, by the way, because he'll be able to get all the way through this without using any magic if he wants.
And the fairy gives you extra iframes, so you don't need 14 hearts.
Are we finally going to go into the Village of Outcasts / North Dark World? Maybe not. Oh, we do have Sick Kid first. Okay, we are going to go into North Dark World. Let's see if he goes and does Skullwoods first. Gets that fire rod. Unfortunately, no, we have not seen the dam yet, so he's not going to be able to do Swamp Palace any more than James was.
We'll be able to get the front of TR.
Yep.
Assuming he does Skullwoods.
If he does Skullwoods first, he'll be able to get all the front of TR. If he does it second, he'll be able to get one chest. Looks like he's going to do Village first.
Alright, that blue cane is not an impact for anyone.
Nope. James is a little bit better with the timing on that bomb.
I just waited for the anti-fairy to hit the second time.
Drive Force piece number 4. And we're climbing. Yeah, that'll be another Triforce piece, so absolutely. I like this.
No reason not to. You got the keys, you got the items for it, you have tempered and gold and silvers. No, he is just tempered.
And we think it's useless fairy behind Agatu, so we're just going to be able to grab the Triforce and mirror out. Vex, unfortunately, looks like he may be doing Skullwoods after this North Dark World set of checks. So we'll not be able to do as much in Turtle Rock. Could turn around and go back. One thing I will often do in this situation is I will check, see if it's a bad wood setup. That is, can you get back from it? And if it is, then I will do these checks first and then go do Skullwoods. And if it isn't, then I'll do Skullwoods first.
Might just be betting on it being bad Skullwoods, in a sense.
Yeah, and that's fair. I mean, that's not an unusual thing to do. But we are going to get at least 2 extra checks from VeXtopher, because he is going to be able to get 1 item in Turtle Rock, and he is going to be able to do King's Tomb. So 1 extra entrance and 1 actual item check. And notice how much faster it is to get to Graveyard Ledge with the boots.
I do think that James has been more efficient with his sort of overall routing.
Mm-hmm.
So Vex kind of needs to find something else behind this, or have the flute pay out or something, to really feel good about this.
Just a shield. Not what you're hoping to find in that 1 check in Turtle Rock. Yeah.
James having some issues with Lamellas.
Yeah, 1.5 hearts is not good here. I mean, you're past the worst part of the climb. There is a heart you can pick up here. That's not the... Yeah, that's the heart. Like King's Tomb was nothing.
He's would have hurt, so...
And he doesn't have the cane, which makes these rooms a little bit harder. There are some bow strats for that room. I don't think that was it.
And then this room can just decide to screw you because it feels like it.
Yep.
There's no safe spot. None.
Ooh, doing the falling strats with 1.5 hearts. We are...
Dangerously.
There's a heart under this pot if you don't get hit. There we go. Very nice.
Yeah, that's the danger heart.
Just need to get us a little bit further. We can just powder the anti-fairy.
Yeah, the scary stuff's over now.
Coldwood small key. Not useful at all anymore. Alright, Beck's gonna go ahead and do the Skullwoods play.
Worm defeated.
And Triforce piece obtained. It's like, he never did check Ether Tablet. This might be that right now.
This might be Helma, actually.
Yeah, you could, yeah, you know what? That is a Triforce piece. You can do it. With Fire Rod, Fire Rod Turtles is not bad at all.
Yeah, fire at turtles, you just fire at the torch.
Yep.
Are you team left torch or right torch? I have to ask this question.
Left.
I am definitely team right torch. I don't think it makes a single bit of difference in how long it takes. It's just what you're used to.
Yeah, I think that's right. Oh, he's not doing it? He's gonna... Oh, I don't like this at all. Go get your Triforce piece, come back with more small keys. Like, none of this is even in logic until you have 4 of them anyway? A lot of checks, but...
I guess the idea here is you're not actually that close to go mode.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay.
Also, you could get a pod small.
You have Ice and Mire that you could do if you could find them. You're missing an entrance for Swamp.
And you... Well, okay, that was the last place you could get a pod small. I do believe we have the logic where you can't lock pod smalls between 6 pod smalls and...
Like, in theory, we're on 9 if we could find the entrances.
Yeah, we know where the Mire entrance is, but, yeah, we have not seen Ice.
We're kind of running out of entrances that we haven't seen, actually.
Yeah, that's true. That we can get to. I mean, the Mire area's gotta come into place at some point. Whether it be through MITs or a connector that we haven't seen yet.
We haven't seen DDM either, even though there's a connector for that. X is going back to Turtle Rock.
It's 2 items.
I'll be surprised if he goes back to Mire, though.
Oh. Is that all he got back there is the big key to Skullwoods, which is just a glorified fetch quest behind 6 pod smalls.
What's left over here?
He might not have... You know, because he hasn't seen Super Bunny, so he hasn't done all the drop-downs here.
Right,
So
yeah, he center dropped, so you didn't see this.
Yep. Yeah, nothing really of interest in the front of TR either. Starting to wonder about that bumper cave.
Yeah, there's a bumper and there's a ferry ascension that we haven't taken.
Yeah. And we have two force outs plus the, yeah, Vex is gonna go ahead and do left side mire. But yeah, there's two force outs that are required to be seen, and they probably take us there.
Because we haven't seen the bridge either.
Oh, that's true. So that's 3. Have we seen TR West? We've seen East.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we totally seen West.
I don't know how I feel about this redip into mire.
I mean, the game gave you three mire smalls, so it's totally in logic. So I kind of get why he's doing it, but we'll see. Small key to Hera, that's not what you want to find. I guess yeah, we talked about relevant small keys. That is a relevant small key. It's a nasty fetch quest.
It is a key that does something. It's not
Yes.
something you want, but it's a key that does something.
Yes, exactly. Well then,
Okay.
there's those mitts, and that's going to give us the mire area. And I have a feeling that flute is going to be required, which is really bad for James.
Yeah.
It's and yeah, Vex immediately going to the mire area, which is exactly what I would do there.
And we know there's a big key here, so that
Yep.
might be one of the required ones.
Let's see. I'm trying to think. We've Swamp Palace. That's Quake for entry too. Castle Tower. We have 2 checks we can do here.
That's one trip.
Yeah, Swamp Palace, Big Key we've seen. Skullwoods, Big Key we've seen. Oh, haha game. Lamp in the first chest of Castle Tower.
Okay, so logically, lots of stuff is locked by Mitson.
Yep. And of course, we have the optional big keys of Hera and Ice, logically required, but often skipped. What do we actually have here? We have Desert. Okay. It's a very relevant big key. That's a dungeon we
Okay,
can
so-
get vexed and clear.
Oh, and you can actually get here. You don't need the
can-
mitts for this.
We don't need the mitts for the Desert big key, which is good for James.
And that's
You
ice.
don't need it for Ice either. That's really good for James.
Because we are possibly a bombos for TR away from all entrances.
Okay, so I imagine Vex is going to finish checking these entrances and then go back into Ice. That's it. So he can do Desert. He can do Ice. He can do Pod. I think he's got the small key for it. Hookshot Cave. Oh
Yeah.
boy. He can climb
Might actually
GT now.
go.
That's 8. Can't do
So-
Swamp. He can do Skull Woods. That's 9.
There is one entrance that we're not guaranteed accessibility to. Unless that one entrance is one of the ones we need, we're actually in go, I think.
Yeah, he just needs to find... I think he just needs to find the dam. To do Swamp Palace.
Yeah, I think that's it. Like, I think we just skip Eastern TR and that's all we do.
Yeah, I mean, there's a TR Bridge. Which gets us 2 other entrances.
That might be why Vex skipped Ice, is like, okay, let me see if I can just go find the dam real fast.
No, he's just gonna go back to ice after he does all this other stuff. There's that gold sword for James.
Yeah, Drosy, the argument I'm making is that we have the dam available unless it's at TR.
At TR or at Pyramid Ferry.
Right, because Eastern's the other red crystals.
Yep.
That would be a problem. So this is the point where you go, I need entrances.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't mind it if Vex just left and did top of DDM.
Yeah, you do still check the items here because you could get, if you got an ice rod and a TR big key, that's another dungeon. If you get Eastern big key, I mean, you have to find Eastern, though, since we have access to most of the entrances.
I think you check 7 here and skip Ice Tea.
I could see it. Yeah, this isn't the Swamp Palace scenario where the one item keeps you out of swamp. And everything's behind that we saw the other day. Since to get to swamp, we just need an entrance. I can't think of any... Because all the items that are left that would give us our go mode are just locking like one thing or a boss. Or we just find the ice rod. There's the ice rod. Well, of course, we still need a big key to TR for that to be useful.
Just sets up another one.
Small key to desert is two items.
So now Eastern Big or TR Big is instant go mode without looking for the entrance.
Yep.
Well, I guess you have to find Eastern.
Yeah, you'd rather, I mean, funny enough, you'd actually rather find the TR Big, be able to just I mean, Trinex with Gold Sword is pretty trivial.
But even then, right, because Eastern can't be at the Big Bomb.
Right. Right. James is about to find mitts, but they don't do him a lot of good without the flute to get over to the mire. Oh, he has access to mire if he would take some entrances. So we did see.
No, that was a desert connector. It's desert left.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
That
But that's it does give you ice. That gives you
does not give him the entrances.
Right.
So that might be enough for him, but we don't know yet.
Yeah. Well. Have we? I don't think Vex has done all the entrances of.
No.
He's still missing a few in the mire area.
He did left head, and that's it.
Yeah.
So, question: is this go mode? It depends on whether the medallion for TR is Bombos, and also where.
We have Bombos now.
Oh, we have Bombos now.
Yeah, we just got it.
Okay, I'm not paying attention.
That's okay.
Brain is on other things than that. So unless the dam is at Big Bomb.
There's our Triforce piece. And it's a pendant, for whatever that's worth. Which is not much, because pet is nothing.
Yeah, but you kind of want to stick around here, I guess.
Yeah, you're finishing these entrances.
Because dam is absolutely go mode. And again, the sort of compounding interest here. James is leaving Meyer because of no Kane.
Yeah. The cane that he missed at Super Bunny is proving to be a bigger deal than anything else. Because he went back to Pod for the hammer. The flute still hasn't shown itself to be required. This could be interesting. Or not. What else? Yeah, for that cane, I mean, you can skip the cane, but
We need everything else.
Yeah, exactly.
I think this is the last flute luck entrance right here.
I think that's right.
Because it doesn't matter if, like, Eastern's... Or not, wait. If the dam's at Pyramid Fair, you have the Eastern big at that point. Okay, so the flute is not technically required for this seed for any reason.
Yeah, if James could get to that connector, he can get to the things he does need. That's an unfortunate mirror location.
It'd be a little further in that alcove. Vex, you know where this goes.
He hasn't even checked this yet. That's funny. Maybe he has. Maybe he didn't check this.
Yeah, maybe he didn't know where this went.
Yeah, wants the red boomerang, he might as well. Nothing wrong with it. Yeah, we definitely saw James check this. Or not check it, he saw it. You did not check it. Yeah, back of Skull Woods. This makes total sense for Vex.
Just gonna go grab this for now.
Imagine GT. Imagine GT's gonna come up for him pretty soon because he can climb to get the Triforce. Plus, he can see. We still haven't seen what's on the right side since James didn't have the Cane of Samaria to do those 4 checks.
I think you do upper DDM first, and then you come back to it.
Those rot in really nicely together, so yeah, that makes it.
You don't have to drop down.
I like it.
In the bottom. We just have to do the one at the top.
The top. Yep. And yeah, James is gonna need another pod small. There should be one available. I mean, there is. We've seen one behind the hammer, so there is one available somewhere. Actually, that might have been the one he got. I don't remember. Because they both had 2 pod smalls.
Okay,
But he does find. Okay, this is good. This is good.
Unless he can't get into ice, which is bad.
Oh, because he doesn't have magic. Oh. Oh, he had exactly enough for 1 fire rod shot.
And I think the pen gators were the value pack, so we should get a full magic out of that.
Yeah, we haven't found the potion shop, so that wouldn't even have been an option. And the bottles we've gotten have not had anything particularly useful in them. Where is Super Bunny? It's the caves. It's Light World Hype Cave. Alright, Vex gonna go ahead and do desert. Yeah, these all make sense.
I swear, Light World Hype is the worst entrance to the game to route.
Yep, there's that magic drop from the pen gators. And James doing the good old-fashioned Ice Palace bomb jump. I always say you still need to know how to do this because Candace Smart can just be here. You don't want to try and do Ice Palace the intended, the developer intended way. You do that once when you play the game vanilla, and that's enough.
Some people didn't. Some people just went to Mire first.
So I've been told. I solved the puzzle and felt very satisfied for having done so, but I don't need to solve it again, you know?
Okay, where are we going and why is it not DDM?
Hammer pegs, okay. It's an entrance. We have boots, so it's pretty fast. This better not turn into anything Smith related. That would be just silly. Wait, that's a connector.
That could be...
Yeah, you want that.
Could take you where you want to go.
Floating Island is still out there. Ah.
Or this.
I mean, it's an entrance. It's a pod small, you know, one extra pod small. And that's nothing. The weird hookshot cave thing. Not sure what that's in the game for, but... Guess there's some pots you can pick up there.
James, you don't have the... Unless he did, and I was just not seeing it on the tracker.
Big key? Well, it just showed him he didn't have the big key. Wait, we're... the hour 36 dig game, okay.
When you're...
When you need entrances. Yeah, when you need entrances for your go mode. I don't know why we're doing dig game right now. But, you know, we already have a boomerang, so the other one isn't very useful. Okay, this is an entrance that I guess he hasn't seen. I guess he never really did the north...
Yeah, this was the cave.
Yeah, okay, so this would get him Bumper Cave, which... Should it? It's gotta take him to Floating Island. Is that all that's left? We've seen everything else.
You don't really have to go that way, necessarily.
No, you don't. We don't... I didn't, you know, and when we walked over there in the light world, I did not take note of what was on the island. Which means there probably is nothing.
Like, I don't think there's a way James gets back into this, but at the same time, I'm puzzled.
Okay, this is one more entrance here. This is gonna be vanilla ice.
This is the humbug.
Yep. Humbug always says go here first. Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. So there's another connector out there. There is another connector out there. Okay, now we're gonna flute to 1.
Because the argument here is that if you don't find the dam in all these entrances, you need Eastern Big. Or a TR Big.
Or a TR Big, yeah.
And at that point, you do the back of Pod and right side GT.
I would do GT first. We have he's got 2 small keys for Pod, so he can beat it and get the majority of the items here.
This might just be Helma.
Yeah, you know, I could definitely see. I could see the argument for doing the rest of it. But even one more small key would make a pretty decent difference. And then he can come back to it again, because we're not gonna kill Aga 2, so it's not super out of the way to do that first.
And those 8 checks can have pod smalls in them.
Yep. And there's 4 unknown, 4 checks in there that we haven't seen on either side. So logically, the only thing we got out of the mire area was that lamp. That's it.
It's
just make this easier.
Fire by proxy.
Yeah. Triforce piece 7 for James. And Vex about to get Triforce piece 8. Okay, this is going to be for the entrances.
Don't forget the GT entrance, which is open.
Yeah, that's definitely something that people have had to get used to, because normally in cross keys, it takes 7 crystals to open that entrance. It's very rarely comes into play. When it does, it's usually for an annoying late sword.
I need to look at the island at that time. It was 10 arrows. We do not need them.
So finding the actual connector doesn't matter. Ah, double quake today. Here's the dam.
That is the dam.
Alright, that's go mode for Vex.
James seems confused about something. Might be VOD watching. But it's kind of too late now.
So now you just climb GT, mirror out, flute back to 3, go do your go mode swamp play, and that's it.
Unfortunate that that one mistrack is going to be at least part of the difference.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
very easy to when it's a connector that you don't want to take right away, to forget what it was and say, well, I know I checked that spot, so I'm going to go ahead and just click it anyway.
Pointed out that he clicked it off when he did Spiral. And I don't know how to read his tracker particularly, but it looks like it's marked as dead.
Mm-hmm. That's a problem. Which means he would need to find... Let's see. You need to find Eastern and the Eastern Big Key. He'd need to find the Turtle Rock Big Key. No, Turtle Rock Big Key doesn't help him.
Yeah, I mean, unless he gets the Eastern Big as well,
Yeah, he needs the eastern big key and the eastern location. Which, you know, I mean, it should be doable. Yeah, I mean, that should be totally doable, but it's a lot slower than having the cane and just being able to do Misery Mire. And yeah, chat pointing out the eastern big key could be behind the cane. There are 4 items that we're never now going to see
I guess 5
on the right side.
tracks is not an item.
But yeah, in James's spot, it makes sense to be doing the smiths, doing the purple chest.
You have checks left available. You don't know that you got yourself stuck yet.
Yep.
I think he might have had a flash of, wait, I saw a Super Bunny. Where was it?
That could be it too, yeah. I know I've had that happen to me too, so...
And if you know roughly when you saw it, you can maybe VOD watch your way into finding it again. But you have to know roughly where it is.
Yeah, that never feels good, and is definitely something I've done. Terrible feeling.
I assume Vex is opening chests for TR Big. Nothing else makes sense here.
Yeah, I mean, TR is a little bit easier to get to and is quicker in entrance modes because you don't have to do all of the dungeon, you just go from Laser Bridge. Swamp is kind of in an awful location. Okay, it's not kind of in an awful location, it is in an awful location. At the back of Skullwoods.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, just...
Not bad enough that you, like, go right side GT looking for that option, but yeah, checking the chests that are on your path makes sense.
And, like, the Eastern Big doesn't help you because the Eastern's probably just at GT or something. You don't want to go back up there.
No, yeah, exactly. It's one of those entrances, those last few entrances that you left.
Right side GT is or right side desert is nothing.
I don't even remember what was on this torch. I remember there was a small key on the GT torch. Oh, that's a big key to Eastern.
Okay.
Which, I mean, yeah, I mean, that probably is go mode for James.
Yeah, that is actually go mode for James.
Because the entrance is left and the Eastern's gotta be among them.
Yeah, he has everything. He has boots even, which are not on the tracker. So the only thing he's missing is the lamp, which he doesn't need.
No.
But he's also 2 pieces down and needs to go find Eastern. And do this.
Yep. So his route is going to be finish pod, he'll find the dam for Swamp. He'll presumably find Eastern in one of those last Dark Mountain checks.
Yeah, I mean, I think it has to be up there. Is there anything we didn't see other than those?
I mean, just Pyramid Fairy, which it can't be because it's a red crystal. So yeah.
It's like, this will work, it's just slower.
Yep. Go mode Swamp feels so good. Just don't check it. I mean, there's not even... the only luxury item left in the game even is half magic. I don't think you're checking any of these for that.
And with silvers, it doesn't really do anything. And gold sword for phase 1 and 2.
Yep.
James's team left torch, apparently.
Yay.
Oh, it's Lonely Turtle. Haven't seen that in a while. If you're not aware, there's not usually a turtle in that room, but if you do a certain thing in the first dark room, the turtle can migrate through the wall into that room.
Alright, Ganon's at Hyrule Castle, so we just need to go there. Right, Force Piece 8 for James, but Vex has got 10 and is headed to Ganon right now.
Now, will James find Eastern before Vex finishes?
That's a good question. I don't think so, because he's going to find the dam first.
Yeah. Also, the dead
And
rock
that's
are not
slow.
helping.
That's the... I'm trying to think what else we're missing. We never did find the potion shop, the magic shop. So that's might be up here. I don't think there's anything else I can think of that I know we haven't seen.
I think it has to be one of these other two on DDM.
Well, the potion shop could be Pyramid Fairy, but yeah. It's...
Doesn't look like it. And so VeXtopher will take the victory and the bracket spot.
GG's to Vex. Finishing with an official race time of 1:51. And James does forfeit right afterwards, which means we won't get to see these other entries. I was really curious what's up here.
I don't think there's anything else left, so I think Eastern's one of those two.
Yeah, which one is Eastern? Is the potion shop up here, etc., etc.
Stop.
And
we do have, both our runners. GG's, boys.
GG.
Yeah, GG's.
So
The
quite
funny
a...
part about
go ahead.
This is finishable without the cane.
Yeah, I found go mode 10 seconds after Vex finished with Eastern up right next to Dam.
Where's the Eastern Big Key?
Desert Big Chest.
Desert Big Chest, yes.
Oh.
You found your Goma before that, so...
Yeah, no, I figured. Nobody found TR small. I should have done... I really should have, after I found the dam, I probably should have immediately fluted over and done Mire. Or done Swamp.
Loot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff you didn't see.
Yeah, there was a flute. It exists. It's not required. Well, logically it's required because it blocked the lamp, but that's about it.
Lamp? You know what? I'm... GG's,
So the flute was in Thieves Town Big Chest.
Okay.
Yeah, if you were late to Hammer, you weren't. That's kind of a rough spot for them.
I last located Hammer, so... Let's edge. Last located Hammer, I nearly last located Boots. I lost Super Bunny, so I lost Samaria.
Mm-hmm.
Too many unforced errors for the main tournament. Too many.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, you're talking to the person who literally mistracked Pod 2 games in a row brackets a couple years ago. It's not
I've-
that hard to make bad mistakes.
I haven't made brackets, so between that and hitting Lava Door in our last race, I mean, it's hard to say what would happen in that one. I don't think this one would have been winnable, even if I'd found Samaria, because I wasn't coming back for Flute. I was going to get Lamp, and I was probably 45 minutes later to the boots than you were. So this one is not the frustrating one for me. It's the last one.
Yeah. The I wonder if TR Big Chest was in Swamp. Or TR Big Key. Like
Probably. Or in Eastern.
I guess it could have been in Eastern too. But so I should have, and I thought about this while I was running over. I was like, I almost neared before going to GT, because GT was not really that hard to get up to before climbing. I almost fluted over and did Swamp first.
Mm-hmm.
And then just got everything but wraparound and left side.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean, the TR pieces were like pieces 3 and 4 for me. I mean, TR by GT, I mean.
Yeah. Because if I didn't have fire, right, for forever.
Yeah. James had Fire Rod a lot earlier.
Yeah, I had Fire Rod like almost immediately, but I went left side because I didn't have Samaria.
I guess I could have been left side Swamp or left side GT2 TR. The reason I'm saying that is because my last piece was the climb. Well, was Swamp.
The climb and then Swamp. Swamp was a terrible.
Yeah, but
yeah, Swamp's in such a bad location.
GT was so fast that it would have been way easier.
What did you skip other than TR then?
Eastern.
Oh, because you have Big Key. Okay.
So I didn't have to check. I wasn't really checking much of anything. At the end, I was getting some items, but I was kind of hesitant to even do that because I was in entrance go mode and I had access to everything. Yes, yeah. I know, Zaf. I was checking everything. I was fluffing like crazy. No, I felt bad about it the whole time. If that makes you feel better, I was like, I shouldn't check it. I should literally just go. I should just go straight to the entrance, and if it's not the dam, go to the next entrance because I had access to all entrances except for, I guess I didn't have access to Big Bomb. So technically, dam could have been behind Bomb, and then I would have had to go back and check all the random things that I wasn't even marking. So, yeah, I was being thorough.
So if you needed the Big Bomb, you would have had Eastern. Yeah, okay. So you would have had to get the one more item.
Yeah. So I would have been either Eastern Big Key. I would have been Eastern Big Key from go, right? Like, no matter what.
Or TR Big.
Yeah, whichever one of the two.
Yeah. I just think I should have done Swamp first because GT was fast enough to walk back to, and I could have checked the really fast checks, and that would have saved me 3 minutes of climbing. 4 minutes.
Maybe, yeah. If you found the thing, yeah.
If it was there, and it wouldn't have cost me any time, right? It would have cost me 15 seconds at a possible 5-minute time save. That's what I should have done. But I couldn't make up my mind this seed, and I just kind of went. I didn't have fire for so long. I had 6 entrances left in the game and no fire rod.
Yeah, that came pretty late for you. You didn't get to Skull Woods, and then you went back to Turtle Rock. You found Turtle Rock front, and then found your fire rod, went back to Turtle Rock front, and then went back to Meyer left side, which was good because the mitts helped you out. I'm trying to think. I think the mitts end up being required because of the with dam location.
Yeah,
and wherever Eastern would have been. Yeah.
Yeah, Eastern was mitts locked. Dam was mitts locked.
Wait, Eastern was mitts. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Eastern was under the rock. Under
was there
Hookshot Rock.
But what was Floating Island? You could probably get there.
Floating Island was a small. I've never found the connector to Floating Island.
I didn't either. It was probably one of the dark connectors.
Oh yeah, true.
So technically, you could have
saw that. Yeah.
So technically, you could have.
I never found 3 of the must connects. I never found Hookshot Cave.
Super
Bunny
were all
pops out.
area.
Super Bunny pops out somewhere.
I think it was TR back entrance, I think is where it got to.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I think so I guess it would have been one of the dark entrances, either old man. I don't not old man, one of the other ones.
One of the
Ascent,
DMDs.
descent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Ascent Descent would have been the floating island, and then that would have gotten you to Eastern. So you technically didn't need the mitts, but it did make it a lot easier. But,
Yeah, depending on where the TR big key is at, I don't know. Thanks again, comms. Thanks again, trackers. GG's Vex. I'm gonna take off. Y'all have a good night.
All right, good night, James.
Yep.
Thank you.
GG.
And Vex, you get to move on to brackets. How you feeling?
I don't know. I'm just glad I don't have to play another tiebreaker.
That's fair.
No, it's fine. Brackets is brackets. Excited to see who I play.
Yeah, imagine that won't be known for quite a while.
Yeah, a lot of matches this weekend, a lot of groups to be decided, including mine.
Yeah, but not that much long. Not that long, right? Like, doesn't tiebreakers have to be done by Tuesday? That's not that long.
Oh, I have no idea.
I don't know what the plan is for those. I might have to play one.
Yeah, I think it said Tuesday. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Don't take my word for it. I have no idea.
I think that was like before they changed the schedule on groups.
That's right.
So maybe it's
No, I think
not
you're right.
like that anymore because of the like if I have to schedule with someone from EU, maybe it don't
Yeah,
have to be Tuesday.
that might not work out so well.
But no, I actually really enjoy cross hunt as a mode. It's fun. I like 80 keys too, just because it's 80 keys. But I don't like open.
Nobody likes open.
That's not true. Some people do like open. I am not one of those people. I'm not the biggest fan of open.
I'm not. I couldn't even tell you the last time I played something that wasn't cross keys related. So
Yeah, I just feel like an open, and specifically an open, I feel like you end up in way more scenarios that are like straight coin flips that are just like, yeah. If you got two players that are equal in skill, or like similar in skill, then...
I mean, it's weird because it could be just like one coin flip and open, and you just win or lose the seed off of that.
Well, exactly.
Mhm.
Well,
Whereas in
exactly.
a role like this, there's a lot of decisions, a lot of ways that things can diverge a
No,
lot more.
exactly. I mean, the same thing could happen in a cross keys or a cross hunt seed, right? Where one decision really can cost you like everything, but it's significantly less likely. Because you're right, there are so many more decisions. I mean, it's the same as 80 keys. It's very similar, right? There's just enough decisions and enough, because you can make up for missing an item early by being more thorough or more efficient, right? There's just enough game to play. Whereas open, like if it's a jet seat and you miss the jet, congratulations, the airline is not going to refund your money. You're just screwed. Like.
You've killed Iga 1. Do you go to pod or catfish? Choose carefully.
Yeah,
all
no.
true.
But no, I mean, open has its place. It does make for some exciting, like, end of games every once in a while where, like, you know, somebody made a decision really early that pretty much says, oh, this game's over, and then later on they go mode left side. It has the one thing they need, like an ice run, and then it's funny.
Unless that's you.
Unless it's you, yeah. True.
Very true.
That is true. But anyways, well, thanks for the comms. Again, I think most of my all but the first game that me and James played, I think, were actually restreamed.
Nice.
Which was... it's probably because I've been playing at a time when no one else is.
Yeah.
And this one in particular had some meaning to it, so I imagine
Sure.
they're trying to get races that have consequences to them. So yeah, there you go.
That's true. You know, and I didn't go anywhere where I had to hover for 7.5 minutes, so it's much smoother for me.
Yeah, Hookshot was relatively early, so yeah.
I got hookshot super early in all of my seeds. Well, actually, no, I lied. I didn't get hookshot in one of my seeds.
I mean, this gave you everything early except for the fire
Yeah.
switches.
Yeah, no, I was like kind of... These are the kind of scary cross-hunt seeds, though. Like when you're like running around and then all of a sudden your entire map, Light World and Dark World, is completely green after Kakariko.
Yep.
You're just
yep.
like, well, I hope I go the right way.
Yep, absolutely.
I thought I was very efficient, honestly, because like even when I got to Mire pretty early, I didn't have fire, which was unfortunate for those 2 checks. But I don't know, I kind of liked going over there towards light Ice Rock Cave, and then I mirrored. And I took the Whirlpool to get the Dark Flute 2 and do the rest of the Zora checks. I don't know, it just fit the entrances together really well, and Mire happened to be there and got me boots like significantly earlier than I think I would have gotten it otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Boots are nice.
Yeah, because if I hadn't done that, I would have been walking Eastern Pod area the entire thing before I went up there. Would have
You
been a
get
pretty
portal
much
access
last
a lot
location.
earlier than James did, and then just didn't go in the CAC portal for 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's also true.
I didn't need to. I had better stuff to do. That's all a bunch of like single entrances over there in VOO. I could double up with the mirror. I was just channeling my inner Jula Ninja.
Ah, I see. He was watching, as you can see in chat, so.
Just blame
Anyway.
Jor for everything.
Yeah. Alright, guys.
Alright.
Well, we better stop.
Okay. Well,
Thanks for
thank
the
you.
comms. Good luck and coherent with the rest of your races.
We'll see how it goes, yeah.
All right, if you're not already following these runners, go ahead and click on the links in the chat. That is not all for tonight. There is currently a 80 keys race going on over on SpeedGaming between Jay Meisher and PRD Wong. First race on the schedule for tomorrow, if they get crew, is at 9:40 a.m. between Matt Cap and F. Coughlin. Still, it looks like they're still looking for crew on that one. But yeah, keep an eye on that SpeedGaming schedule for all the races that are upcoming. I know they're trying to get as many of these meaningful races on as they can. In the meantime, I'd like to thank our trackers, in particular, Drossi and Keaton. Thank you very much for doing the tracking. Trackers always are MVPs and Incoherent. It was a pleasure working with you.
Yeah, pleasure calming with you.
All right.
Thanks to Tracy, my co-com.
And with that, we'll leave you to head on over to that SpeedGaming main race. Good night, everyone.